Hi dear students, all of you welcome back in the second unit solution in that part 5 solubility of a gas in a liquid. We already is discussed in the last video, so let me continue one more effect of temperature. Solubility of a gases in liquids decreases, okay, with the increases the temperature. What is indicated? So here this is one container. So in that they have gas in a liquid. So what is indicated? This is a liquid solution. Okay, the solvent as liquid. The solvent is liquid. Okay, so added what solute is? Gas molecules. Solute is added gas particles. So when the gas molecules are present in a liquid phase, this is called what? Liquid phase. This is vapor phase. Okay, so when the gas molecules are present in a liquid phase, the process is called what? Dissolved. This is called dissolutions. The whole process we called as condensation. The condensation means the gas is dissolved in a liquid phase. So this term is called as also condensation. So condensation means what? The heat is evolved or released. So do you remember heat is evolved? The process is called what? Exo or endo? Exothermic process. Okay, heat is absorbed endothermic, heat is evolved exothermic. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಅದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತಾ? ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಲಿಬ್ರಿಯಮ್. Gas molecules enter to the liquid phase. Liquid phase is upon heating condition to get, this is the liquid particles is moving to the vapor phases. This is dynamic equilibrium. So in the case liquid gas molecules ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? evolve ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ evolved. This is called what? Exothermic process. So under Le-Chatelier's principles, this decision is an exothermic process. What is indicated? Solubility should decreases with increases of temperature. Either solubility should increases. Solubility ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. when the solubility should increases, this is vice versa, increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ when with the temperature is decreases. Clear? This is about the effect of temperature. Okay, next go for vapor pressure. So okay, vapor pressure of liquid solutions. Liquid solution, how they are forms of liquid solutions? It is formed solvent is a liquid. Already know it. Solvent is a liquid. What about solute? Solute either taken a solid substances or liquid or gaseous. Already we discussed about gas in a liquid. So we shall discuss the solutions of liquid and solids in a liquid in this section. In this type of such solutions may contain one or more volatile components. We taken volatile components. Volatile components means when upon giving a heat they make ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎವಾಪರೇಟೆಡ್. ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಲಟೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆವಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ವಾಲಟೈಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಬೈನರಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್. Two components, namely the solution. In this section we discuss liquids in liquids and solids in liquids. Okay, vapor pressure of a liquid solution in liquids and solids in solids. Okay, what about vapor pressure? Okay, the vapor pressure means the pressure exerted by the vapors above the liquid phase. Okay, this is a what we called as liquid phase, this is vapor phase. So when a closed system, the pressure is exerted by the vapors above the liquid phase. Liquid phase ಗಿಂತ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, pressure exerted by the liquid surfaces at constant temperature when they are in equilibrium with the liquids is called vapor pressure, or saturated vapor pressure, or equilibrium vapor pressures. All these three names we called as vapor pressures. Okay, let me repeat it. The pressure exerted by the vapor above the liquid surfaces at constant temperature when they are equilibrium, the liquid is called as vapor pressure, either saturated vapor pressure or equilibrium vapor pressure. So let me go for vapor pressure of a liquids, solid in solids. Okay students, so let me start with the vapor pressure of a liquid in a liquid. Okay, so we consider binary solution of two volatile liquids. Okay, two volatile liquids. So they have two components, 1 and 2. The component, the name is 1, another one is will be called as 2. Okay, in a closed system, so we consider it, so this is a one container, and so we consider one container having two liquids. Okay, the two liquids, this is one liquid, means say what, so one component. Okay, and they having another liquid, this is called what, two components. Those two are volatile liquids. Okay, one, it is having a closed system. Okay, they having a closed system. When we giving a pressure excited, at this stage both the components would be evaporate. Okay, this is called what, vapor phase, this is liquid phase. The both two component is evaporated because of those were volatile liquids. Volatile, they get evaporated. So eventually the equilibrium would be established. So the evaporated, then the vapor phase is containing of closed vessels, the pressure is exerted, the vapor phase of the components is moving to the liquid phase, then the liquid phases is moving to the evaporated to the vapor phase. This is what equilibrium would be established, the vapor phase and the liquid phase. Okay, at this stage the P1, this is called what, partial vapor pressure of a component 1 and partial vapor pressure of a component 2 were present. These partial pressures were related to the expressed in a mole fraction. This is x1, this is x2. Okay, This is a partial pressures P1 and P2 would be expressed in a x1 and x2 respectively, the based on mole fractions. Okay, component 1 and 2. So the chemist, French chemist Raoults, in 1886, they gave quantitative relationship between them. The relationship is called Raoult's law. Okay, what's the statement of Raoult's law? See, okay students, this is a statement of Raoult's law. For a solution of a volatile liquids, the partial vapor pressures of each component of the solutions. Each component means we take on a two components. Each component means one component, either two component. Okay, so solution directly proportional to its mole fraction present in solution. So thus we taken for component 1. So one component, the partial pressure P1 is what is indicated, the any solution of volatile liquids, the partial vapor pressure. This is a P1 is partial vapor pressures of each component. One component of a solution is directly proportional to of its mole fraction present in the solution. Mole fraction we represent x1. Okay, either we consider some of the books were represent P1 is consider a PA is directly proportional to the XA. Okay, this is a one component, right? So the proportional, directly proportional is removed to get P1 is equal to P1 not X1. Okay, where P1 naught is the vapor pressure of pure component 1 at the same temperature. Okay, so same as like for I taken component 2, that make what, P2 is directly proportional to x2, right? P2 is equal to P2 naught x2. Okay, here we taken PB is directly proportional to XB. So like, so here P2 naught is the vapor pressure of a pure component 2 at the same temperature. Okay, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, what is indicated Dalton's law of partial pressure? This is expressed in a total pressure over the solution phases in a container will be the sum of the partial pressure of the components of a solution. So what it indicated, P total over of a phase containing, what are the phases for containing P1 and P2 phases, partial pressure of a component 1 and 2. So P1 plus P2. So substitute these values in this here. So what you get, we get P total is equal to P1 naught x1 plus P2 means P2 naught x2. So where you already know that components in a mole fraction x1 and x2, x3, x4, it is equal to 1 unity. So here two components x1 plus x2 is equal to unity. So we want only the x1. So what you write, 1 minus, this is going to that minus x2. The x1 values is substitute here. So what you get, P1 naught x1 means 1 minus x2. So P2 naught x2. So here P1 naught minus P1 naught x2 plus P2 naught x2. The overall we get P total is equal to P1 naught plus P2 naught minus P1 naught x2. Okay, this is the equation. Either you consider P1 as a PA, P2 as a PB. So how they form equation? This is P total will get PA naught plus PB naught minus PA naught XB. Okay, XA XB. This law, P total is equal to P1 naught plus P2 naught minus P1 naught x2. Either we consider P1 as PA, P2 as PB. So will be consider P total is equal to PA naught plus PB naught minus PA naught into XB. Okay. Conclusion, draw for the above equation three important points. Which are the three important conclusions were? See here, this is the equation. The first point is the total vapor pressures of the solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of any one. See, either the first point is said x1 or x2, either xa or xb. Okay, the total vapor pressure of a solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction of any one component. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, the total vapor pressure over the solution varies linearly the mole fraction of a component A or component B. Same, ಅದು ಏನನ್ನ ವೇರಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಎ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಬಿ, ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು. Go into the next third one of the conclusion. Depending on the vapor pressure of a pure components, either PA naught and PB naught, either P1 naught or PB2 naught, total vapor pressure over the solution decreases or increases with the mole fraction of a component A same as to as the mole fraction of component B. This is a three important conclusions to draw above the equations. Okay, to the graphical representations. Okay, we going to the graphical representation. The plot against two vapor pressures like P1 and P2, the mole fractions x1 and x2. Okay, so here the solution giving a linear plot. Okay, so how they have formed the linear plots? We consider this is this having a assuming x1 is equal to 0, the maximum level of x1 is to be 1. Okay, so indicated what? The component first one P1 is equal to x1 P1 naught. The vapor pressure is equal to the mole fraction and vapor pressure of the pure substances, pure solvents. So this is giving a linear. So what is indicated? The linear, this is the straight line across it. Okay, so this name we called as the point at which we called as x1. This is P1 naught. Okay, so already we know the one of the equation, x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, where x1 is 0. Okay, x1 is 0, so this to be 1 equal to 1. So x2 is equal to become x2 is equal to 1. So where x1 is 1, so indicated what x1 is 1, this become 0. That means x1 is equal to 1, the x2 become 0. So that make the second line, this is component P2 x2 P2 naught. This is x2 to x1. This is goes on a straight line like this. Okay, this make what is indicated what P2 naught. Okay, so this is the first line and this is a second line. So the P total indicated what? P1 plus P2. So P1 and P2, this is third line. P total is equal to P1 plus P2. Okay, this is a third line. This is a third line, P1 and P2. This is one of the graphical representation. So here what will be decided? So what it indicated, this is a P total. Okay, P total versus this is what P2 means x2 is also giving linear. Okay, idu linear agidiyalva. So the third line, what is indicated, P total is equal to the x2. So in that conditions, the P1 naught is minimum value and P2 naught is having a maximum value. See here, P1 is a minimum value, P2 is a maximum value. Okay, so indicated what? P1 naught is less than P2 naught. So P2 naught is always greater than P1 naught. Okay, so the compositions of vapor phases is equilibrium with the partial pressures of the components. Let going to the discuss about if Y1 and Y2 are the mole fractions of the component 1 and 2. This is mole fraction of component 1 Y1 and mole fraction of component 2 Y2 in the vapor phase. Okay, x1 and x2 are the mole fraction of a liquid phases, but y1 and y2 we consider the mole fraction of a component 1 and 2 in the vapor phase. Vapor phases alli ನಾವು y1 and y2 ಅಂತ consider ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. According to using of Dalton's law of partial pressures, so what you write, P1 is equal to y1 P total. Okay, P2 is equal to y2 P total. In generally Pi equal to yi P total. Okay, this is one of the important equation for asking regarding problematic. Okay. So let me go for recording of these Raoult's law some problems. Okay, the vapor pressure of chloroform CHCl3 and dichloromethane CH2Cl2 at 28 Kelvin are 200 millimeter of mercury and 415 millimeter of mercury respectively. The first we calculate the vapor pressure of the solution prepared by mixing 25.5 gram of CHCl3 chloroform and 40 gram of CH2Cl2 dichloromethane at 298 Kelvin, and second, mole fraction of each component in vapor phase. Vapor phase, Pi is equal to Yi P total. Okay, so first we go into the solution. First, to molar mass of CH2Cl2. This is dichloromethane. First calculate the molar mass. Molar mass, we can identify the atoms of atomic weight numbers. So this is some of the atomic weight of the each atoms. So carbon having a 12 atomic weight. ಎಷ್ಟಿದಾವೆ ಅಂತವು? So 1 ಇದೆ. C, this is 12 into 1 plus H ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? Hydrogen atomic weight is 1.008. We consider round figure 1 into number of hydrogen is 2. Then chlorine having atomic weight is 35.5 into the number of atoms is 2. So overall we calculated 85 gram per mole. Okay, this is a unit molar mass. Then same as like molar mass of CHCl3 chloroform. This is also giving 119.5 gram per mole. So moles of, next we consider to calculate the moles of dichloromethane CH2Cl2. So moles means mass by molar mass. This is a equation. Mass is, see the equation, the mass is represented 40 gram of CH2Cl2. So this is dichloromethane having 40 gram, right? This is a 40 gram of mass, and molar mass we have to be calculated it 85 grams. So here gram or cancel to get the mole is going to the denominator, is the answer is 0.47 mole. Okay, next same as like CHCl3. This is a chloroform. This is a mass is 25.5. See the question, 25.5 gram. Then the calculated value is 109.5 gram per mole. Same as like we can get this is answer is 0.213 mole. Okay, next to this is number of moles of dichloromethane and chloroform. To get addition, this is a total number of moles we can get. Okay, total number of moles is 0.683. This is considered N1 and this is considered N2. So N1 and N2 having a number of moles, this is total is N1 plus N2. Okay, so here see this is a mole fraction of CH2Cl2 dichloromethane. Mole fraction, this is the equation is mole fraction X CH2Cl2 means this is N1 plus N2. This is one of the equation. The number of component is divided by total number of components. The total number of component is the value is here, and the number of component is the value is here. So here to the mole fraction of dichloromethane is the number of component is 0.47 mole, and the total number of the value is 0.683. This is calculated to get 0.688. Same as like chloroform, we can calculate it like this also. Chloroform CHCl3, then the values of value is 0.213 and 0.683. ಈ ಥರನಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಐದರ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಈಸ್ x1 ಪ್ಲಸ್ x2 ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1. ಸೊ x1 ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಸೊ 1 ಮೈನಸ್ x2. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ 1.002 ಮೈನಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ 0.688 ಟು ಗೆಟ್ 0.312. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ, ಈ ಥರನಾರು ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೇ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು 1 ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಮೈನಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ chloroform value. So using equation P total, we want the first is calculate the vapor pressure of a solutions. So a solution vapor pressure ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕು. So P total is equal to P1 naught plus P2 naught minus P1 naught x2. So P1 naught is 200. Already is mentioned vapor pressure. One point is the vapor pressure. It is the unit is 1 torr. The 1 torr means 1 millimeter of Hg. 1 millimeter of mercury. ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ಸ್ನ. ಸೊ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್, ಸಿ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ದ 200 millimeter mercury is a chloroform and 415 is dichloromethane. So P1 is consider 200, P2 is 415, so 200 then into the x2. X2 is, so here P1 naught is 200 millimeter of Hg, P2 naught is 450 millimeter of Hg. So what about x2? X1 is CHCl3, x2 is CH2Cl2, dichloroethane. The dichloroethane, the mole fraction of dichloroethane is considered as a x2. So the value is 0.688. So this is a mention in here 200. Okay, so the question we have to be observed neatly. Then you can get substitute over to get forming of 347.9 millimeter of mercury. This is the value of P total. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, now we want the second mole fraction of each component in vapor phase. ನಾವು ವೇಪರ್ ಫೇಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ವೇಪರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೈಂಡಿಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು YI, ನಾಟ್ XI. ಸೊ YY is the general representation of formula is PI is equal to YI P total. Okay, we want what? YI. So YI ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? This is PI, this is P total is going to the denominator. So this is the equation. Okay, YI is equal to PI P total. We can calculate the mole fraction of component in a gas phase. So first we consider PCH2Cl. Already we get the values. This is what? Okay students, this is P2 into x2 P2 naught. This is under Raoult's law equation. This is P1 x1 P1 naught. Okay, so here x1 is considered what? Chloroform value. x2 is considered dichloromethane value into P2. This is the dichloromethane, the value of vapor pressure. This is chloroform vapor pressure values. So overall to get multiply to get this is the values. So we want to for substitute it in this equation YI, we want the YCH2Cl. So PI, this bandiro value, and that P total in this value. Idana substitute ಮಾಡಿ we can get 0.82. This is cancelled the units to get 0.82, and this is chloroform will obtain 0.18. So here what is indicated here, note CH2Cl, the value is 0.82, is more volatile component than CHCl3. Okay, ಇದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ volatile capacity ಇರುತ್ತೆ compared to this one. So here this is one more point. At equilibrium, the vapor phase will be always rich in the component which is more volatile. Okay, this is one. Okay, this is about the first problem. solutions. Okay, we go to the next one. Okay, next one, the vapor pressure of the pure liquid A and B are 450 and 700 millimeter of mercury respectively at 350 Kelvin. Find out the compositions of a liquid mixture if total vapor pressure is 600 millimeter of mercury. Also find the composition of vapor phase. Okay, going to the answer, the given that ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ದ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ದ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ಸ್ ಎ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು P1 ಅಂತ P2 ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಪಿ ಎ. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಎ ನಾಟ್, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 450 millimeter of mercury, PB is 700 millimeter of mercury. The P total also mentioned 600 millimeter of mercury. Okay, so from the Raoult's law was said PA is equal to PA naught XA. What is it indicated? P1 is equal to P1 naught X1 ತರ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು P1 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು P ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೇಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ P2 ಆಸ್ PB. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ P ಟೋಟಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು PA ಪ್ಲಸ್ PB. P ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? PA ಪ್ಲಸ್ PB ಅಂತ. ಸೊ PA ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ PB ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. P ಟೋಟಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು PA ನಾಟ್ XA ಪ್ಲಸ್ PB not XB. Okay, so PA not XA plus PB not XB. So here one more point is there, the sum of the mole fraction is equal to unity. XA plus XB is equal to 1. So XB na ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, these going to here minus XA. The XB value is substitute here. The P total is equal to, so as usual is P naught A and XA plus PB. The X value is 1 minus XA. This is substituted here. Then over multiplication. So P total is equal to what? PA and PA naught and XA. Okay, this is PB naught 1 into PB, then PB naught into XA. Okay, this is the equation. So in this equation, where to be, the common word is XA. In this equation, XA and XA is common. So common here separate out ಮಾಡಿ. The P total is equal to PA naught minus PB naught over XA plus PB naught. Okay, so ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. Those values is substitute here. P total is 600 and 450 minus 700 XA plus 700. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಈ 700 ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 700 minus 700 plus 600 plus 450 700 XA. Total we get minus 100. This is minus 250 XA. Okay, minus 100 is equal to minus 250A. So XA ಮಾತ್ರ ಬೇಕು, the minus then get 0.4 is the XA value. So XA value ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ XB ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. So XB is equal to 1 minus XA. So 1 minus 0.4. So answer you get XB is 0.6. XA is 0.4 and XB is the 0.6. So now we go into the PA is equal to PA not XA. This is component 1 Raoult's law. So PA not is 400, XA is 0.4 to get multiply to get form 180 millimeter of mercury. PB is 420 millimeter of mercury. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇನ್ ದ ವೇಪರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ನಮಗೇನು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ, ವೇಪರ್ ಫೇಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ತೋರಿಸಿ. ವೇಪರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಟು ಪಿ ಎ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಪಿ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪಿ ಬಿ, ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ವೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ 180 plus 180 plus 420. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಎ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪಿ ಬಿ ಇಯರ್ 0.3. ಸೊ ಮೋಲ್ ಫ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಬೇಕಾ? ಸೊ ಬಿ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ಪಿ ಬಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಪಿ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪಿ ಬಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅವಾಗೂ ನಿಮಗೆ 0.7 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬೇಡ, ಸೊ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಬಿ ಬೇಕು. ಬಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, 1 ಮೈನಸ್ ಎ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಬಿ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಮೈನಸ್ 0.3 to get 0.7. Is about second problem. Okay, next to class we discuss about solid in liquids. Okay, thank you.